Okay guys, I'm in the basement. I brought this power supply down here. I want to swap out these fuse holders just to see if maybe I can get lucky and the game will fire up. Doubtful, but you know, it's worth a shot. Before I put it in the back building for now, I figured I'd just give this a shot. I do have enough fuse holders to do it, okay? So I need to take off the old ones and put these new ones onto the board. I'm going to have to order more because I'm going to go through 10 of them. But I'll just show you how I'm going to do it here real quick. See if I can zoom in a little bit. I'm using a new tripod down here that tracks your movement. That's not on right now, but it's like really wobbly. I don't really like it. Might have to get a better one. So these could be a pain in the ass because I got stuff everywhere. I got to clean in here. It could be a pain in the ass, or it is a pain in the ass, because what happens is the people, when they put the fuse holders in here, they bend the leads over, okay, before they solder them. And it could be a bit of a pain to heat them up and bend them straight. So we're going to give it a shot. I mean, either way, I got to get it done, but it just might be harder than I think. Yep, it's a mess in here. These ones have 3 prongs, it looks like, and I hope these dual prong ones will work. I think it will. So unfortunately, I can't really use the desoldering gun. So I'm hoping I can kind of just heat it up one side at a time and kind of try to twist this thing out of here. And not burn myself in the process. Which is a very good possibility that I will burn myself. All right, got one out. Let's see if the new one actually will work. Yes, it will. Crap, they're going the wrong way. This one's going the wrong way. This one's not. I have 6 of them that are going the right way. Guess we'll start with those and see what happens. So we'll just pop the new one in there, and the leads on the new one are not very long. So, you gotta be a little bit careful here. And it fell out. Hold it in there. Heat up this one again. Okay, got one back in. So these ones are completely broke. These ones are loose. So this one's about ready to break right there. So I'm gonna have to see if I might have to solder a couple fuses right to the board for now, and then get some more holders. But like the 12 volt negative and the 5 volt negative, I could probably solder those ones for now and then just replace the other ones, maybe. I don't even know where I got those fuse holders from, to be honest with you. I have to figure out where I got these ones from. Actually, let me look. I might still have something else. You never know. Okay, we have one replaced. The good thing about this board is it's all labeled. It's a 5 amp fuse there, 1 amp, 1 amp, 1 amp, 6 amp. That's a big one. And that's on the 5 plus. You're using a 6 amp fuse. At least that's what I believe it says. Yeah, it's 6 amp. So, all right, I'm going to go, well, let's look real quick. I actually might have some other fuse holders. Battery holders. I got battery holders. I was thinking last night, I was talking about removing them off the board and mounting one of these separately and just soldering wires to there. I could do that if I had to. I could possibly, or if I can use these holders. Might be able to solder these on the two I'm missing. I thought I had some individual ones. Look, thought I had some ones. You would think that the drawer would be next to the other drawer, but unfortunately it's not. But I could be wrong. I'll look and see what I have, but I'm going to go ahead and pop out the ones that I have, get these replaced, and I'll be right back. Okay, I knew I had another drawer of fuse holders. So, in fact, I have these style that have just the 2 prongs, and I think I can put those 2 right there. I have a bunch of them, actually. And I found some more of the wrong direction ones of these in here. So, I'm actually need to put these 2 drawers right next to each other at some point. I don't know why they're all like that, but it happens. Where did I put the... Oh, I already put the other drawer away. So I think because these are 3-prong, that I can do that. These are actually coming out really well. I'm impressed. The board solder pads are really nice, actually. They can handle a lot of heat, and they don't seem to be falling apart, which is nice. So if you look here, there's a 3rd pin in the middle. So I think I can get these on. This one doesn't even have solder on it. I mean, it's folded over, it's fine, but... All right. Shit, holes are in the wrong spot, but could I maybe stagger it? We're gonna make something work here, guys. We are going to get this fuses fixed today. Where the heck did the drawer go? I just put it back. Wow. I literally just put the drawer back in here. Now I can't hear this. Find it. These ones don't have prongs, but that doesn't mean I can't rob them and figure out a way to solder them. I don't even know where I got all these from. No idea. Some are old. Just kind of using this to kind of see what's going on here. If this prong was on the other side, it would work perfectly. But the way these are made, it really can't be like that. Might have to get creative. I want them to be kind of firmly mounted too. I don't want them flopping around. Let me pull out these other two real quick. Just kind of, it's close. These are really weak. I don't know if they're weak because of heat over time, or were they just crappy from the beginning? Just a crappy material or something. Who knows? We need to check out if there's a coin meter on this game. I'm curious to see how many plays are on it. Clearly it's never been converted, so. I really, honestly, should wear goggles when I do this. If you think about it, you're messing around with hot solder, and if something flings up, it's going to go right in my eyeball. Should probably bring a set of safety glasses down here. Probably would be a pretty smart idea. Before I take solder in the eyeball and go blind. What can I do here? Can I slide this out maybe somehow? You know what? You know what? I can do this. I'll just take this tab, fold it this way. Which one's the farthest point? I'll take this tab, fold it out. Then we have the one tab available, and we can put it like that. So that will work. It'll just have one connection point. I'd rather have two. It'd be a little bit sturdier, but this will in fact work. That'll work. I'm all right with that. Except for I just dropped it. it'll work. So those other style will work. I'm just gonna pull them out of these plastic ones. What was I gonna say? Oh, I'll show you this fuse holder, what I'm talking about. So on these, what there is there's a point on these of metal that are bent in so that the fuse doesn't slide out the end of the fuse holder. So you got to position these in the right direction into the circuit board. And I don't need this one. I need the other style. But that's okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get these last couple in. And then we're going to put the fuses in it, go out to the shop, and see if we get lucky. Probably should check the voltages before we plug the board in. We'll have to unplug the board just to play it safe. See what's going on. Oh, that's the wrong one. Wrong one. Need this style one. So I need to make sure I bend this the right way. This one I have to cut off because if I don't, it's going to go underneath the cap. And I don't want it underneath the capacitor. That's real close to a resistor leg. Seem pretty solid. Yeah, the outside one's probably just best to cut off. Later on tonight, I'm going to be primering the Arabian cabinet. Possibly sandblasting too. As long as I can get the spots on this truck painted. Today, that's priority number one after I get done screwing with this. And once I'm done with that, the rest of my day is free to work on the Arabian cabinet. I don't like the position of where this one's at. So we'll see if I can heat this up and slide it, which it just moved. Ooh, it's getting hot. That's getting hot. Okay. Okay. So we need a bunch of 1 amp fuses, which rarely ever use 1 amp fuses. Even though I have them labeled in the slots here, I still check them because one could get put back in the wrong spot. 1 amp, 6 amp. Why is this not labeled? No idea. Six amp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somewhere probably right around here. 6 amp. Then we need a 5 amp. This is a 4 amp, I think. 5 amp, okay. All right. So now it's time to go out there and see what happens. Okay, just got back out here. Have not even tried plugging it in or anything. I figure it's gonna blow up. Let's do it on camera. There. So I'm gonna unplug the circuit board. I don't know. I think it's yellow is 12, red is 5, and black is ground, obviously. So I need to, I guess I'm gonna have to put this thing together. Unless I take this off. It's a noise filter. But I'm just gonna take the noise filter off so we can leave this uncased for now. Just to see what's going on with it. Not too concerned with the ground wire right now. Don't think that's an issue. Now we can plug this in, keep that ground wire out of the way from touching anything. These wires are so damn short. Carefully set this down here. Okay. All right. See what we got going on here. See what happens. Monitor's making a bit of a noise. .8 on the 5-volt rail. Why would somebody cut the wires when there's a plug end right there? I'm actually going to unplug this monitor. Okay, still hear that noise. It's coming from somewhere else. Hear a squealing sound. Might just be coming out of the speaker. Or the marquee light. As long as it's not the monitor squealing, I don't really care. Thing is I don't see a yellow wire on the power supply. I see an orange wire. I'm going to have to probably look up the schematics. And of course I don't have my other phone out here, so I'm going to have to pause the camera and look it up. I think the 5 volts is low. It's at 3 point something. So clearly that needs to be turned up, or there's something else wrong with it. Or does it stay low because it's not drawing power? I don't know. 3.4. I don't know if I can turn that up or not. There is a pot right there. Probably don't have the right screwdriver over here. Yeah. All right, let me stop the camera for a minute. Look up the schematic. Okay, the brown and yellow wire should be 12 volts, and they are not putting out 12 volts. I had this thing on while I was sitting here. And it popped the main 3 amp fuse just randomly. So I'm going to try putting another one in. Could it be weak? Probably not. Probably something on the power supply, which is what I expected from the beginning. But we'll change it just to see if maybe it's a fluke. But, oh, blew a fuse now on the power supply. Clearly we have some power supply issue going on here. So now it blew the 5 amp fuse on the power supply. These feel warm, which I would say that's normal, dissipating heat. But we blew the 5 amp fuse, main fuse. Why? You know what I mean? What would cause that? That's a brand new fuse there. And I don't see anything. I know it was laying in there, but I don't see anything it was touching. But you never know. Just looking, make sure I didn't drop any solder anywhere. Doesn't look like it. What would wipe out the 5 amp fuse? Game board's not plugged in. Monitor is not powered on. Not sure yet. All right, let me goof around with this for a few. I'm not going to get too involved with it, but worth a shot looking around a little bit. Okay, let me show you where I'm at here. I put a switching power supply in here, okay? I got the board to fire up. Okay, still don't have sound. But what I had to do is trick the reset wire. So basically I had to turn the game on, and then I had to run a jumper wire to connect the two reset button. Okay, so it does work, but I have no sound yet, and I don't think that has to do with the reset. But it is working. It is moving. Fire button sucks. It's kind of shitty, but actually it's working a little bit better. It's sticking. So we have no sound yet. As far as reset goes, I'm gonna have to talk to Arcade Jason and see if he could teach me how to make a reset, because clearly the game turns on and those two wires need to be connected in order for it to work properly. So basically they're apart, and then I'm gathering what happens is when the game powers on, at that point it switches them to connect, if I'm right. I mean, I'm just going from, I'm grasping at straws here, guys. It's all I know is the thing works. and it actually looks pretty good. Why I don't have sound, I don't know yet. Could a Z80 on the soundboard cause it not to have sound? I don't know. I don't know that. So what was happening was, as I hooked up a switching power supply, and then I tried to leave the reset circuit on the old power supply, and it wouldn't work. It would just come up as green bars, and I'll show you here. So now that I've turned the game off, I'll turn it back on, and you'll see we're just gonna have green bars along the screen. And the reason why we have green bars along the screen is the reset circuit, if it's not turned on after the game's turned on, it's not sending 5 volts to the Z80 chip. So we are not getting 5 volts at the chip until I re-jump that wire. So here's what we have. We just have a bunch of green bars going across here. Then if I take this wire out, that I just have literally jerry-rigged in there. So if I take this wire out and plug it back in, we now have the game come up. So now the game's up. So clearly, that's what we're on to here. Let's give it a couple credits, but we do not have sound yet. And I need to get a hold of Jason. He's like Einstein. He probably could make this reset circuit in his sleep, literally. It's probably so simple. But it's not working horribly bad. The fire button's getting better. It was completely stuck. This is another game that I'm gonna like because I love Galaga type games. Galaxian's hard to me. This is probably more toward the lines of Galaxian, I'd say. But it is, fire button's definitely getting better. Hey, and I don't even know how to play it yet. I don't know the concept of it. What are these men-looking things on the right side of the screen here that they keep stealing from me? Is that something to do with my life? I don't know. But I haven't even played it yet. I literally am trying this for the first time, really, by myself here. I think every time okay, so my guy went back onto the side there. I don't know what that is. I want something to do with my life. And every time they go back around, they take one of those guys from me. But then when I shoot them, they come back. Come on. Definitely a lot more timing with this because looks like it's like Galaxian where you only allowed one shot on the screen at a time. But I need to figure out the sound, and I don't know if it has something to do with the reset circuit causing the sound not to work. I wouldn't think so because once you get the game working, it should work. But I don't know if if the Z80 isn't the problem, which I don't think it is. I highly doubt that. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I need to call Jason. He should know this stuff. But I'm excited because it's going to be working. It's going to be a working game. Like I said, Arcade Shop has the adapter for this, but they're out of stock on it. And I don't know that Greg is planning on, I don't know when he's getting more. I just know that I've seen on Arcade Shop past couple weeks that it seems like a lot of stuff is out of stock. So I just don't know. I'm going to try to get a hold of Jason. I'm not going to end this video just yet. I want to see what he says about this. All right, guys, let's turn this thing back on. Okay, so I talked to Arcade Jason. He's going to draw up how I can make a reset circuit for this. He says it's going to be real easy. Yeah, for him maybe. So the sound works now. Good. You can hear the sound talking and everything. So, as weird as this is, guys, sound wasn't working. I replaced the Z80 chip and the sound chip. And it could also been the sound chip, okay? I'm not saying it's not, but I had another one, so I replaced it. But I was like, you know what? I better check the speaker just to verify it. So how I verify if a speaker works is I take a 9-volt battery with 2 leads, and I touch the 2 speakers, and it'll thump the speaker. well, it thumped the speaker. Then all of a sudden, when I turned the game back on, it started working. Could the coils have been rusted or stuck on a speaker? Never in my life had that problem, but I'm thinking in my head, like, maybe that's what it was. Or did the 9-volt battery backfeed through the wire and do something? I don't know. That's all I know is it works. So I'm not gonna, I'm gonna take the win for once. So we have a completely working game other than the reset circuit, which I'll figure out. And I was blowing the main fuse. I disconnected the marquee light. So the marquee light was causing that weird noise, squealing sound. So there's something wrong in the marquee light. Have not taken it out to see if there's a starter. Maybe the starter is bad or something else. I'm not sure. But let's play one game real quick. See the sound, how the sound works. Turn off these overhead lights. And let's try a game here. Credit it up. Looks like they have it set 2 credits per player.
Okay. Very good. Okay.
He's saying help me when he gets captured. So what happens is you want to keep all your guys on the side of the screen because, oh, I lost one. Now I'm only going to get 800 points credit. Uh-oh. If I don't get this guy back, I'm going to get 700 points now on my bonus. Probably get 700 points bonus now. Oh, I got 8. Okay, they're saying lucky. Ooh, I got an extra guy, I think. Obviously, this is the first time I've actually made it this far. I'm just trying it out. But it works, guys. This is awesome. So basically, I spent $180 and got 2 working games out of the deal. Let's turn the lights on here real quick. I'll make a video when I do the reset circuit. Supposedly what Jason says is I need a 1000 UF capacitor, and he said a car relay is the easiest way to do it, so I don't know. So basically what's going to happen is, so how this reset circuit needs to work is when the game's powered on, after the game's powered on, those 2 wires need to connect, okay? But if you leave them connected and turn the game off and back on, it doesn't work. So I'm guessing what's going to happen is the game's going to power on, and then I guess the capacitor is going to hold electricity. I don't know. And then it's going to, the relay is going to, you know, switch and turn that on, I guess, or something. I don't know. But anyways, I told him in layman's terms, maybe he can do a drawing for me. But other than that, I'm pretty stoked that this is working. That's actually a pretty cool game, I think. I'm not going to go crazy restoring this in the future. I'm not going to do it right now. I don't have time right now. It needs new T-molding, obviously. I'm probably just going to touch up the artwork and leave it. Clean all this with the magic eraser. It looks like it's just dingy and probably smoke and everything else. We'll take the lower coin box out, sandblast that, fix that up. I got to make a door for that unless I can find one, unless somebody has a door for one of these Tatos. Funny thing is too, is this cabinet is put together just like the older ones. Or actually, I think this one might have been before those cabinets. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think these were before those ones. But L brackets are holding the cabinet together as well. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end this video as we have a working game. And we'll do another video on it for the reset circuit, and then we'll just leave it at that for now. And then when I get a chance to restore it, we'll go over it. And like I said, I'm not going to replace side art and stuff. We're going to go ahead and we're going to save it because it is in really good shape. So, all right, guys, let me know what you think. Other than that, guys, I will see you guys later. I'm going to primer that cabinet later tonight.